Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another tasting review and another Bernstein Farbenes unfiltered lager from Oberfranken. This one is from Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, founded 1996, and very special brewery. It's got 4.9% alcohol content. It's the most sold beer sold from this brewery. And I'm gonna speak more about the brewery, of course. First of all, big thanks to this brewery, Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, who did send me this bottle so I could review it here on my channel. So big thanks to this brewery for doing that. Even though it's a quite new brewery, it's an old-fashioned brewery in the way that they are brewing their beers, and the way that it's a company based on people who are having interest in brewing the old Franconian style, as far as I understand it. So very nice brewery. Also, I want to mention that this brewery is not the same brewery as the normal big brewery group Kulmbacher. Of course, it's two different ones. This one is called the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, and the bottle is a 1 liter bottle, just as the two last reviews that I've been having. I've also had 1 liter bottles. They only fill it in the 1 liter bottles, of course. So really nice. I love these 1 liter bottles, which is quite quite popular in Franconia. Here you see Kulmbacher Kommunbräu. You see it right here, Gasthaus Brauerei, and you see the Bügelverschluss. This is actually a special Bügelverschluss that I haven't had before with this one right here. And yeah, you see the logo printed right here also, and here you see the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu Bernstein, 4.9% ABV, 1 liter beer, and of course the information right there. Zutaten: Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen, Hefe, gebraut nach dem bayerischen Wein des Geburt von 1516. Kulmbacher Kommunbräu in Kulmbach, of course. So this is the Bernstein, and it's an unfiltered Bernstein. What could be better than unfiltered Bernstein from Oberfranken? I'm going to give you some information about this brewery taken from their website before I'm gonna start talking about that. I also want to say that really sad and emotional that the owner of this Gasthof, Frank Stübinger, passed away last week, only 50 years old, from cancer. So very sad. That's why I'm reviewing this one, to honor him. I really wanted him to see this review since he did send it to me, but big feelings towards the family Stübinger, who have lost this great man, Frank. I'm really sad about that. Hopefully they're gonna continue anyway. But some information about this brewery. The people behind the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu are united by the common goal of maintaining and promoting the traditional Franconian pub culture. As a cooperative, we are an association of idealists who have the social purpose and not the personal return as the motivation for their actors. Everyone works in their area with the skills for the good of the whole. Our Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, e.g. production, the makers behind our beer, they implement the idea of Kulmbacher Kommunbräu in manual work. As local people, they are contract person and face of our brewhouse, the birthplace of our beers. This is where the raw materials are combined into different beers and character. The standard and the seasonal beers are determined. There are also no automated processes. Our employees bring craftsmanship and handwriting into our beer. Energy-intensive cooking and elaborate partial mashing processes are just as natural for us as the highest quality raw materials. Fermentation cellar. A classic cold fermentation transforms our rich wort from the brewhouse into aromatic and wholesome young beer. The low temperatures force our yeasts to work slowly and carefully. After 7 to 8 days, most of the original wort has fermented into compatible alcohol and fine pearled carbon dioxide. Storage cellar. Here too we rely on time-consuming and energy-intensive long and cold secondary fermentation. The young beer now has time to mature in taste with a vigorous secondary fermentation accompanied by falling bung in to absorb the CO2 for a typical refreshing Kulmbacher beer. Bottling. Our bottling is a specialty. Bottle by bottle is cleaned, filled and labeled by hand. We don't see our bottled beer as a can, but as a fresh product for home. That is why we are proud to have managed, together with our partners, to ensure that our bottled beer reaches the customer as a fresh product without interrupting the cold chain. The special taste makes up the limited shelf life. Distribution. Our landlord does not have lug barrels. We draw directly from the tank. One of the advantages of this method is that it saves the beer unnecessary movements due to filling and transport. The beer remains the structure obtained during storage and enters the glass unadulterated. And some more information, of course. We see our beer as simple, honest, down-to-earth craftsmanship. Simple because we don't want to brew complicated designer beers, but show with our beers how beautiful simple can be. Our beer works best in conjunction with our well-run Franconian beer restaurant and the nice service staff in the beer garden directly on the White Main. Honestly, because with us, you can address the employees who brew the beer for you. They get answers to their questions directly from the producer, down to earth, because we can rely on traditional, long-established production methods and quality. Innovations of the last decades mostly served for better logistics, energy and personal efficiency. We brew our beer for the market around our chimney and dispense with preservation through filtration or pasteurization. The limited shelf life is more than compensated for by a natural, cloudy, sustainable and tasty Kellerbier. Amber, the not quite dark, as an alternative to the pale, a little less hoppy. To dismiss it as a woman's beer there would therefore be not correct. The dark one, especially when you don't want to have an overdone malt taste. So this is not a dunkel and not a Hellas, as it explained here, something in between, not as malty as a dunkel, not as much hops taste as a pale beer, but something in between, and that's why I prefer this beer style. Also, I'm glad that it's the most sold beer style by this brewery. The people behind the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu are united by the common goal of maintaining and promoting the traditional brewing tradition in the Franconian pop culture. Comrades, donors and beer ambassadors of our cooperative, thanks to the commitment of the members, the success of the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu only become possible. As field workers, you bring the idea to outside the world, success to Kulmbach. Board of Directors manages the business and the cooperative, as is responsible for the operation of the brewery and leasing of the economy. His tasks include the sustainable development of the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu brand, as well as management of the operational businesses. Supervisory Board is the control body of the cooperative that is elected by the members. It watches over the management of the board and takes care of the interests and comrades. Production, the makers behind our beer, they implement the idea of the Kulmbacher Kommunbräu in manual work. As local people, they are contract person and face of our brewery. The leaseholder of our inn is the most important link between the brewery and the guests of our Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, as he and his teammate the atmosphere of a traditional Franconian beer pub. So very interesting brewery this. I'm also gonna give you a link in the description box below to the brewery's website and the link to the news article about that Frank Stübinger passed away, the owner of this Gasthof Kulmbacher Kommunbräu. Now finally over to the tasting part. I'm really looking forward to this one. Very, very typical Franconian beer style, this one, a typical Franconian brewer as well. So finally the tasting part of this one. One last look on the label. Kulmbacher Kommunbräu Gasthaus Brauerei. Here we have it. Bernstein is the beer style, 4.9%, 1 liter beer. No back label. Very nice looking bottle of this one. So finally, let's pour it up. Should we? Think it's done by this? Doing like this? No, it's not. Okay, we should push it down. like this. Okay, really don't understand how to do it. Maybe like this, and then it seems like you should. Okay. There we get the plop. Real nice plop there. So let's pour it up, should we? This one is gonna be really nice. I can see that already. Very nice and Franconian in the style, with much foam, of course, very important on a unfiltered beer like this one to have much foam. That's the connoisseurs who is pouring up with much thick foam right here, as you can see. 5-finger foam head, maybe because of the pouring, which was quite fast, maybe creating this big foam head, but still you can see that it's unfiltered and it's Bernstein Farbenes, and that's my favorite beer style. It's the Bernstein Farbenes, Bernstein colored, with this very thick foam head, as you can see. Really nice foam head. So of course let's give it some more. Beautiful foam head, don't you think? Beautiful color of it also as well. Really nice with this very Bernstein colored and very thick white foam crown as well. Really nice, isn't it? You see it's extremely thick. This foam head doesn't disappear, and yeah, it just looks like a very typical Franconian Bernstein Farbenes unfiltered lager. So let's get the aroma. Which is very nice. Of course, meanwhile, I can give you the information that I have in my books. Like this one, we have Kulmbacher Kommunbräu right here, as you can see, and it says founded in 1996, owner Peter Stübinger, Kommunbräu DI, beer styles unfiltered Helles and unfiltered Bernstein. Most consumed is the Bernstein, yearly production 1,400 hectoliters per year. I also have this book right here, and of course I'm gonna show you the information about this brewer also in this book. Right here you see Frank, who has passed away, and Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, founded in 1992, it says right here. Brewer Alexander Mattes, annual output 15,000 hectoliters. This book is a little bit newer. Bollwerk fränkischer Wirtschaftskultur. Mehr als 20 Jahre Kommunbräu dokumentieren stetiges Wachstum und kontinuierliche Investitionen in Haus und Technik zum Nutzen der Qualität des Bieres. Ein Bollwerk fränkischer Wirtshauskultur, Gemütlichkeit und Gastfreundlichkeit, in dem sich die Herzen Gäste verwurzelt haben. Eine Handwerksbrauerei mitten in der heimlichen Hauptstadt der Bieres erfolgreich zu betreiben, ist schon eine Herausforderung. Selbst beim Bau wurden den Bier freundlich allerlei Steine in der Wege gelegt, doch gemeinsam schafften sie es, ein echte Bierjuwel zu erschaffen, in dem die Anteilseigner regelmäßig auf ihren Schluck vom jeweils neuen zusammenfinden. Eulen nach Athen, eine Brauerei in der selbsternannten Bierhauptstadt zu gründen. Dazu gehört Mut. Doch die Idee, die an Stamisch geboren reifte, und 4 Jahre nach Gründung der Genossenschaft konnte die Anteilseigner der erstens eigenen Gerstenzapft probieren. Das war 1994 und seitdem sind es über 400 Genossenschaftler, die in ihrem Einsatz die kleine Braustätte im Herzen der Bierwelt am Leben erhalten. Eine Idee mangelt es übrigens auch nach mehr als 20 Jahren nicht. Innovativ und kreativ lesen sich in der Hauszeitung Milchbänkler aktuelle News und Angebote. Auch ja, es gibt jeden Monat ein wechselndes Bier. Anstich ist am ersten Mittwoch am Monat ab 19 Uhr. Dann gibt es gratis Versucherla. So, very interesting. Of course, let's pour up the rest right here. Is there a little bit left? Yes. There we go. As you can see, real nice foam head, very big. Typical Franconian style of this foam head, don't you think? So, Kulmbacher Kommunbräu, let's taste it with a big foam head. Prost. Yeah, very nice. This is why I love the unfiltered Bernstein Farbenes lager beer so much. It's a very nice one of this Bernstein colored unfiltered lagers. Extremely nice in taste, very well balanced and nice in every way. Perfect combination between the hops and the malt, of course. Very nice in every way. Perfect sample. You see the thick white foam crown also, and it's a fantastic unfiltered one. Very Franconian and nice in every way. A big recommendation. Yeah. What more to say? It's actually really great. The Kulmbacher Kommunbräu Bernstein. It's a big recommendation. So fantastic it is. Very high quality, very nice, and very Franconian, in my opinion. So this is actually a must. This is why I love these Franconian beers. Also like the Bernstein colored lager, unfiltered, of course. Unfiltered beers is high quality. That's why I love the unfiltered ones very much, compared to the industrial breweries filtered ones that is filtered to death and have very long best before date. This one is very short best before date because it's unfiltered. It needs to be consumed fresh as this one. Then tastes really nice. This one tastes very nice. Yeah. Big recommendation, of course. As I said, here we have the logo, Kulmbacher, Kommunbräu, Gasthaus, Brauerei, very nice. So, you can see this very nice foam, a nice color of the Bernstein unfiltered lager, which is very nice. Yeah, it just tastes really great, and hopefully you're gonna be able to try it and judge for yourselves, because it's definitely worth trying, even though it might be a little bit hard to find somewhere. You still can, of course, contact the brewery, and hopefully they'll be able to let you buy one, because it's definitely worth a try. I understand why it's very loved and the most popular beer style from this brewery to be consumed, and often consumed in the Gasthof. So big thanks to this brewery that I got the opportunity to try this one. Very, very nice. Yep, that's it. The Kulmbacher Kommunbräu Bernstein. Very nice one. So, I think that's it for now. Hope you enjoy my reviews, that you continue to follow my channel for more interesting Franconian beer reviews, and see you again in next Franconian beer review.